Right. So now I will welcome and give the word to Alan Rose. Good morning. Can you hear us well?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Thank you. Good morning to everybody, and thank you for inviting me. Nice to see John again.
Alan is here as the president of the International Walking Football Federation. And I guess you are going to talk to us a little bit about walking football in different parts of the world, right?
Correct. I've got a short PowerPoint presentation that I will launch in a few seconds, but just a little bit about myself. My professional background, I worked for the NHS in mental health before I retired, and there was always a need to do somebody that has mental health issues. And whilst I was working, I was also actively involved with the Football Association as a semi-professional referee, refereeing at quite a senior, and that brought us almost into John's idea with introducing walking football and the impact of football and social benefits. And I think when John GFA is really involved, I don't think they realised that the impact it would have on health benefits. And that has spread. I speak with colleagues from the Swedish FA, from the Norway FA, and it really has taken. When I retired, I needed to do something, playing walking football, but then the referee experience, that seemed to take over. Whether I liked it, it seemed to take over, and everybody wanted a little piece of me. But then I got involved. I've been involved with John as in an organisation in the UK, and there are different organisations. But I was asked to get involved with the international side of things. My original involvement with the international scene on walking football was provisionally to provide referees for tournaments. But then things escalated, and I ended up becoming the president of the Internation. Now, I have a few slides, and I'll just share my screen with you. My screen sharing is disabled.
Let me see. Let me see if I can change it.
Okay.
Alan, sorry, check if it's already possible for you.
That's okay. We've got it now.
Okay, it's working.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah, that's
good. Almost seeing it. Okay, we are seeing it.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I'll just pull this over. Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to do it like that because it's not. There we go. Okay. Can you see the screen, John?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So as I say, a little bit about the international side, a brief history of the IWFF. It was originally known as the IWFF, established not by myself in 2014, whose main aim was to provide a global network of walking football and help develop links and partnership with lots of other nations. The IWFF was the first organization to hold a World Cup tournament. And in 2019, we held a fantastic World Cup tournament at Leyton Orient down in the in London, just outside of London. A fantastic stadium, and I'm sure John will agree with that. The tournament was attended by 14 nations. People travelled as far as Asia, Australia, Spain, and many other places. The tournament was held over 2 days, and some teams were mixed, both men and women. There was a little bit of a problem, in my opinion, with this tournament, is that it wasn't fully inclusive because it focused primarily on 2 age groups, males 50s and 60s, although some teams were mixed. But it's fair to say that everybody that attended had a fantastic time, and we still keep in touch with the majority of these people, and the majority of these people still attend our tournaments. Following the World Cup, we continued to work with various nations, both home and abroad, until the pandemic played a significant part in the changes. It's fair to say that there were some issues with the way the IWFF was being managed. And whilst the pandemic was in place, there was lots going on both in the UK and abroad with regards to the way the IWFF was being managed. So in 2001, the IWFF was reorganized, with the predecessor resigning, and the organization was re-registered at Companies House as a non-profit organization and became the International Walking Football Federation. People still refer to us as the IWFF, but the full name is the International Walking Football Federation. So a new organization brought along new challenges and changes, and our focus was to become a more transparent and independent organization. As John said, we want to be totally inclusive with the various age and family categories, and we've got some of that, John, I'm pleased to say, where we've got fathers and sons playing, mothers and daughters, for both men and women of mixed ability. When I say mixed ability, it's not about being an elite organization and having the best. It's giving people the opportunity. And that's what we strive to achieve. Give people the opportunity. They will find their place in society and in football. And if they're good enough to mix with them, then we welcome them and we'll always support them. We've got a structured council with colleagues from all over the world. The main people I liaise with is Alan from Australia, Terje from Norway, who actually is employed by the Norway FA, Peter Lundgren from Sweden, and several other that make up the council. So we work together on things. It's not just a one-person organization. For people that want to host a tournament, an international walking football tournament, to ensure that all of the tournaments are on an equal footing, we agree and sign a memorandum of understanding. So they know what type of stadium to provide, they know what type of facilities we would require. It needs to be near an airport. It needs to be cost effective because it can be expensive for people to travel to and from these venues. Okay. That's worked out really well so far regarding the memorandum of understanding, and it just ensures that we have, as an organization, continuity. We still have nations affiliating, but we won't accept an affiliation from a nation who are focused on developing the game further. And that means including all age groups, And yeah, and I put the happy families, and it nicely fits in there, John, with what you mentioned earlier. There's see more and more families now attending our events, either playing or supporting. We also work in partnership with people who have disability partnership arrangement with para football. Should have put the link in there, but I can send the link over to share at a later date. We also offer a referee development. Nations charge develop and mentor referees, and then we will he's coming over from Sweden at Marseille in a couple of weeks' time. Actually, next week we have 2 referees coming over from Sweden who have really developed well now. We're not always using UK referees, okay? We still continue to develop our relationships.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, that's fine.
Sorry, Alan, we just
Yeah, we've had
internet
home
connection.
in England. We've got, okay.
Alan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, we just lost you because our internet connection was bad. Let's see if it gets better. Okay, sorry, but you can go on.
That's okay.
Now we are hearing you.
Yeah, I'll just finish these couple of slides. There's only 2 or 3 left. So we continue to have tournaments. John knows in 2024, next year, I've already approached John about having our World Championships at Chesterfield. And I hope John hasn't forgot about that. I know he won't have done. So we continue, and there's other work in progress for the organisation, but we need to focus on the African nations, the American and the Asian areas of the world. So in summary, the IWFF, or International Walking Football Federation, non-profit organisation with a headquarters in the UK. Currently, we bring together 53 nations, and 35 of those are fairly active and supporting us at our events. But like I've said, our main aim is to promote health, well-being, and bring walking football and happiness around the world. And that's just the end of my slides. I thought it might have been better to put a few slides on because of the language difficulties. I'll stop there. I'll let you explain, and I'll take any questions.
Well, thank you very much, Alan, and thank you for the consideration of including the PowerPoint to help our audience to follow what you are saying and understand it better. Thank you for that. And congratulations for the amazing work that the Federation has been doing with so many different people from so many different nations with so many different realities, which I believe, and I'm not at all an expert in this area, but I believe it's also an extra challenge for you because it's difficult to conciliate everything and coordinate interests. So thanks for the work that the Federation has been doing, okay? Vou tentar resumir bocadinho para vocês. Eu talvez tenha facilitado o facto de terem um PowerPoint que foram seguindo. Portanto, o nosso convidado fez assim um pouco um apanhado não só do seu percurso profissional, mas da própria evolução da Federação. Antes da reforma, Alan trabalhava muito associado às questões da saúde mental e estava também ele ligado à Associação de Futebol como árbitro. Não percebi se seria profissional ou pré-profissional, mas pronto, trabalhava como árbitro. É nesse contexto que acaba por conhecer Walking Football e também John Fruit. e a sua experiência como árbitro ajudou nesse contacto. Inicialmente, a participação do Alan nesta modalidade prendia sobretudo com ele tentar encontrar árbitros para os torneios, e portanto era ele que dava algumas indicações de colegas que pudessem desempenhar esse papel, e mais tarde depois envolveu-se de uma outra forma, e foi então quando nos apresentou de uma forma breve a história da Federação, que remete para 2014. Percebemos que houve uma diferença até em termos da própria designação. Falou-nos de um torneio particularmente importante, 2019, que reuniu participantes de várias partes do mundo, mas que nas palavras do Alan, logo à partida, identificam já como não tendo sido propriamente inclusivo na perspectiva de que tinha apenas dois grupos, duas faixas etárias, dos 50 e dos 60, portanto já havia ali uma limitação, embora tenha contado já com a participação de homens e mulheres também. Falou-nos de algumas mudanças que tiveram que ser introduzidas com a pandemia e após a pandemia, e depois entramos então em 2021 com um registro, ou um re-registro, por assim dizer, da Federação, agora sim com a designação International Walking Football Federation, cujos principais objetivos, entre outros, é maior transparência, ser ainda mais inclusivo, portanto, ser capaz, no fundo, de incluir não só indivíduos com diferentes capacidades, diferentes nacionalidades, diferentes género, mas dar a todos a oportunidade de poderem ser bem-sucedidos nesta modalidade, independentemente do seu ponto de partida, ser mais ou menos favorecido. Refere de facto que não é uma organização só de uma pessoa, portanto é uma associação, uma organização que tenta dar resposta, sem fins lucrativos, que tenta dar resposta a várias nações e que tenta trabalhar em conjunto com todas elas. Vimos agora os desafios mais recentes, tentar desenvolver um trabalho mais próximo com as nações em África e em Ásia, portanto tentar envolvê-los mais neste tipo de modalidade, e reforça também aquilo que John reforçou no final da sua intervenção, de que há de facto cada vez mais famílias a participar nos eventos do Walking Football, não só avós e netos, mas pais e filhos, mães e filhas, etc. Portanto, é nessa linha que a Federação pretende continuar a trabalhar e a investir. Não sei se alguém gostaria de colocar alguma questão ao Alan. Não? Ok, obrigada. Alan, no questions for you. So thank you very much for your participation and for all the input you left us to think about during the day. And I hope you can stay with us for the rest of this part.